control structures. We're going to do 5.1 through 5.5 Booleans all the way to for loops. And then in the next video, we'll close it off 5.6 through 5.10. Once again, if you are watching this, hit that subscribe button, guys. It really helps me out. It lets me make more videos. It takes 2 seconds, right? Hit that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and let's dive right in. So I right-clicked that, opened with, right-click, open a new tab. It says, do you have a cat? Write a program that declares a Boolean stating whether or not you have a cat. Then print out the value of the Boolean. Now, they give you hints on the left-hand side. You have to declare, this is how you can declare the value of a Boolean statement, which is going to either be true or false, right? Let's look at what the test case is. I would always recommend looking at the test cases when you're doing this on your own, right? Explore this example. They said the variable logged in is false. And then they said print the line is the user logged in plus the variable logged in, which has been declared false. So all this does is, if you run it, it just says it's false. That's all it does. All right, so let's go back to here, and it says it should declare a Boolean. Whether or not you have a dog, then print it out. So honestly, it's the same thing as the last one. So a variable, whether or not you have a dog. So have dog. And that is equal to false if you don't have a dog. It is true if you have a dog. And I have a dog. We're going to do print ln. It prints a new line. If you forget to exclude the ln, it does not go to a new line. Don't forget that important point. As a dog. Boom. Give me that stuff a little space. And that is plus the variable have dog. If I did it right, don't forget the semicolon at the end. If I run this code, it should print out has a dog equals true. Does it check out everything? And it does. Submit and continue. We're then going to move on to 5.2. Look at that, already done 5.1. The next thing we're going to be on is logical operators. Let's go ahead and let's open up the exercises in the that they've given us. And this is a light switch for this one. So, let me update. There you go. Okay, so it has the variable light on. It's true, right? And then it says print it. Then they put an exclamation point in front of it. Then they put another exclamation point. Now, notoriously, exclamation points are to make the opposite true, right? So it says it is not the value of light on, which true is now false. And that false is now, once again, true now because it reworks it. So then the next one is the president. This is another example. They said it gives you a prompt. That right there. Are you at least 35 years old? Ooh. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes. Then I cannot be president. So this is an and statement. If you can be president, this and this have to both be true. Or this, well, actually, if they're both false, that would also be a true statement. But I'm not sure if that covers that. Either way, it just outputs the value of that. So that's easy enough. That's that example real quick that we've run through. We're at 5.2.5. Once again, they set the values. If this is true, one of these will be true. If this is false, both of these have to be false because that is an or statement. We're just going to move on. So these are just logical operators at this point. And it says, ask the user for 2 Boolean values. So that means we are going to do the read int somewhere, right? Or I'm sorry, not the read int, the read Boolean somewhere. They should be stored, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just do this one at a time. And let me change the graphic up front because we're no longer on 5.1.4. We're at 5.2.6, which is can you graduate? It's kind of important for seniors out there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is declare a variable. That's what they said. Let's go to our assignment. Ask for 2 Booleans. The first should be stored whether or not they have enough units. The second one should be have they met the requirements. So it's credits and requirements. So this variable is enough credits. This variable is met require. All right, that's a lot, right? But whatever, right? So it says we have to ask the user. So we're going to do read Boolean. And it's probably going to say, have you met the requirement? Like, do you have enough credits? That would be what I would ask. This one is going to be equal to read Boolean. Have you met the requirements? Now we have to say they can only graduate if they have both of them. So that's an and statement. So variable, let's say graduate, status, right? Maybe equals the combination of both of these, right? So we have to use both of these variables. So it's this one. Let's give some space for this one, right? So they're both there next to each other. And I put some space in between it right there because we have to use our and statement. That would be the ampersand, right? So I'm going to get rid of the little spaces. That doesn't really matter. If both of those are true, they are able to graduate. So then it says print out whether they can graduate. Print ln. Oh, my bad. Can you graduate? Question mark plus. Oh, that's not plus. That's equal to plus graduation status. I would recommend copying this. Right-click copy, and then right-click paste here instead of typing it in, just in case you have a typo. Let's see. Have we done? I might be forgetting something. If I have enough credits and I met the requirements, I should be able to graduate, right? Let's just see this. I did. Wait a second. Run the code. Yes. There is an error in here. I have 3 O's. That makes way more sense. Ooh. Okay, which one's here? Graduation status. I wonder. Graduate status. Look at that. Exactly what I told you guys you should probably do. I didn't do, and I had the same error that I said that you could possibly have. Copy and paste it over. Yes, yes, and it should be true. Cool. So a few errors, nothing big, right? I had an extra O here, and this didn't match that right there, so that's why I didn't run. But other than that, we're done with 5.2.6. That's amazing. And then after that, we have 5.2.7, which is schools out. Let's go ahead and let's copy that over. And we're going to change that there. Okay, what are we doing? Write a program that determines if there is no school on Friday. Well, can we just say there's no school, man? First, ask them. We're going to use a read something, right? Store that as a Boolean. Then ask the user if today is a holiday. Then store that, and then try to figure out if there's no school today. School is a holiday, or if it's a okay. This isn't that hard. Okay, so it should read: is today a weekday? True or false? Is today a holiday? True or false? Then it should print out there is or there isn't school today. Create a Boolean value, no school today, and print its value to the user. Okay, so this is what it should run. I like that they give us what to write there. That's kind of that's kind of cool. Okay, so we can keep that there. We want a variable. Let's see, weekday. First, ask them if is today a weekday. Read Boolean. Don't forget your double quotations. Is today a weekday? And then we shall close that off. Variable. Let's see. holiday, lowercase, equals read, not rad, Boolean is oh, forgot my quotations. I'm just going to copy this and paste it. Control C, Control V. Oh, we got space there. And then they said we have to create a Boolean variable here. No school today, so we should create that. We're going to declare all of our variables at the very beginning. At least for this one, right? For now. And that's what we should declare it. And that is going to be true if either one of them is true. Okay, so let's see. Hold on a second. Today's a holiday. If it's okay, this has to be an and statement. Interesting. No, this is an or statement. Because if they're both true, it's right for this one right here. Let's see. I should write this table down. Okay, so as long as weekday is true, it's true. Okay, so let's do this. As long as today is a weekday. No. Let's see. I want this to be false if today's okay. Here's the answer. Okay, need this to be false if weekday is true and holiday is false. This would be true if weekday is false. This would be true if weekday or if weekday is false. And let's see. This one also going to be and holiday is true. Here's our statements. This will be true if it's a weekday. Okay, so this is true if both of these are true. This would be true if weekday is false. But it'd be false if that. So this seems like an or okay. I think it's two statement. Okay, so if this was an or, okay, let's just do this. If this was holiday, if either one of these are true, if it's then that value will come out to be true. However, here's the deal. That can't be it because if weekday comes out as true here, like this statement, if either one of these is true, this will come back true. If this is true right here, we have said that needs to return false. We do not have school today. Oh, we have school today if it's a weekday, and we do not have a holiday. Did I spell holiday wrong? No. Okay. So as long as holiday is true, actually, right? So as long as holiday is true, that is going to return true. That's good. This can stay. We don't have to do anything to holiday. So as long as this is true, it's no school today. Good. As long as it's not a weekday, There is no school today. We were overcomplicating this way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Print ln. School is out today. Let's close it off. Hopefully we right. Let's run that code. Is today a weekday? Let's do yes. Is today a holiday? Let's do no. Oh, I forgot something. Plus the variable no school today. How did I realize that? Over here, there's no value. Okay, it works. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. So now we're going to be on 5.3, which is going to be rolling dice. So that one is, once again, going to be 5.3.5. Rolling dice. Let's transition that over. Okay. Dice. Let's just, real quick, do a refresher. These are going to be comparison operators. So these are going to be like double equal signs, various types of, well, they said it, comparative operators. Okay, so let's just look at here. Look at the two examples they give us. Let's see if we can kind of use these as sample codes if we want. The variable age is an integer. It says, what is your age? The age old enough equals age. Oh, that's kind of like an if statement. If it's greater than or equal to 18. Okay, so that's going to be true if the age is old enough. Right. What is your age? I am 31. So yeah, this turns into a true or false statement, which if age is over that, it returns true. If age is not over that, it returns false. Super easy. We have grade, integer, and we have an and statement here. You got to be if first it's higher than or equal to 80, or if it's less than 90 with no equal to, and then if that's true, you got to be easy enough, right? So let's do this rolling dice with the rolling dice one. Write a program that determines if the if the user rolled and doubles in dice. Interesting. Read in two integers from the user which represent dice rolls. Oh, okay, so we don't even have to do a randomizer. I'm over here thinking that they're going to give us a randomizer. Variable roll 1. And then variable roll 2. And then let's just use this. Let's just copy this over. Equal to, because these are these. What was your first roll? What was your second? And I'm just making this stuff up right here. Right? What questions should I ask somebody? Okay. It reads it. Now, create a variable called. Okay, we'll start there. I'm actually at this point over here. Right? Create a variable called roll doubles. So we're going to copy that and paste it over here. In which has the value of whether or not they are equal. So this has to be an and statement, right? Like, and in your mind, right? They both have to be equal to each other. Like, die 1 has to be equal to die 2, right? So, like this, so we did roll 1 has to be equal. So in our brain, we're saying has to be equal, right? This is not what we're going to type for roll 2. We want this to return true, right? So this right here is our statement. If this right here is true, this should return true. If this turns out to be false, it's not. So how do you compare two integers? See if they are true. That is the double equal sign. And then we are going to print that out. I'm lazy. That will be roll doubles. Print. The die are the same. The rolls are the same. Let's run this code. I did a 1 and a 2. That says false. Okay, let's do a 3 and a 3, and that turns true. Check the code. Everything's a success. We're a success. You're a success for watching this and doing this with me. Submit and continue, baby. Let's go. We're actually almost there. We're on, we did 5.3. Now we got to do 5.4. We got to do if statements. And we're only going to have 2 exercises on this one. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Oh, God, there's so many. Let's just start here. And then we'll go back as needed if this looks like it's going to be a lot of typing. We're no longer on 5.3.5. We are on 5.4.7, which is teenagers. And don't we all love those teenagers? No, we don't. Not every day. Some days we do. Write a program that prompts the user for their age and determines if they are a teenager. So, what is your age? Yes, you are a teenager. Someone is a teenager if their age is equal then or greater to. So this program, we don't really need that much typing. Okay, honestly. So first, let's define a variable. I want to call this age. Your age is read integer, and well, I don't know. How old are you? Is that a good question? Give some space. Now, this is an if statement. So this is also going to be an, we're also going to have like an else to go along with this. If blank is true, print out that yes, you are a teenager. Elsewise, for every other case, we're going to print out no, you're not a teenager. So this is going to be if. So we, if. And we also have over here, if Boolean expression is true, right? We have this right here. So we want to put it in here. If our age, now this is going to be an and statement, right? Because your age has to be, it says right here, greater than or equal to 13. So let's just transfer that to greater than or equal to 13. And because if I was 20, I'm not a teenager, right? It has to say that the age has to be less than or equal to 19. Or we could say age is less than 20. We could do both of those. I'm gonna do less than 20 just for just to do it, just to see if they'll allow it in this program. We want this thing to print line. Don't forget your quotations. Yes, you are a teenager. That's exactly what they want. This is gonna be else. We did forget a semicolon at the end of that. Of course we did. This is what it should print. The code looks fine to me at this point. It was really simple. Let's check the code. Let's see if it, yes, it does. Now, let's just see if it checks out if I did less than or equal to 19. Would it also check out? So let's clear. Check the code. Runs, it checks. We are good to go. See, either way, it worked. By the way, that was 5.4.7 teenagers. We are now at 5.4.8 meal planner. Yes, one of the most important jobs that you can have as an adult or even a teenager, learning how to plan your meals. You can make a lot of money doing that too for people. Let's click let's go. All right. We need to write a program that prompts the user for a meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Then, using if statements and else statements, print the user a message recommending a meal. For example, if the meal is breakfast, you could say something like, how about avocado and toast? As a bonus, see if you can use else if. Check out else if. Yeah, so it's... So else if is like if the first part does... If the else is it... Okay, so it'll go like this. Code if true. Else why go here. If this is true... Go here, then else if is all the other stuff turns out to be not true, you print out the last thing. Okay. Let's see. That ask the user for a meal. Let's say the variable on this case is a meal, and that's going to be read. Interesting. So it's not going to be read int or read boolean. However, you need to know there are other reads, right? This is going to be a string in this case. We have integers, we have floating. We have these are going to be like float or like decimals. Booleans like true or false. So we want a string, read line, and then we're going to prompt them. What are we going to prompt him? What are we going to ask him? Keep it simple. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Question mark. Close it off. All right. If this is where our if statements are going to become kind of cool. If the meal equals, and we have to set this equal to the string breakfast, but we just can't put equals. I'm sorry. You just can't put equals. I was looking at the double. Breakfast. It's a lowercase. This won't return anything. Okay, print line. How about cereal? This isn't going to work. If I were to run it at this point, you're going to come up to a code. Breakfast, lunch. I'm going to do lunch. How about cereal? Look, I typed in lunch, and it says print how about cereal. Why? Because this right here isn't good, right? You cannot use just a single equal sign when doing these statements. You have to use a double equals. Let's do else. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this. Because if a meal is equal to lunch, we're going to say, how about, I don't know, what do you eat for lunch? How about a sandwich? And then the last thing we're going to do is let's copy this. A lot of typing. Space this properly, else if. So if this is true, print this. Otherwise, if it's lunch, print this. Otherwise, and we don't need this, by the way, but we're going to keep it. Print, how about a pizza? Let's run the code. What are we missing? That goes to that one, that goes to that one, that goes to that one. Seeing the error in this code. I wonder if syntax is important here. The reason I say that is because over here it has the else next to the bracket. Oh, I see it. That is actually it. Yeah, that has to be it. No. Oh. This is slightly different from Java. Slightly different from Java. I bet you if I go to the else if statements as well, it shows you that. Yep, look, it's else if, then else, right? So in Java, it's the other way. It's if, then if else, right? So that's fine. That's fine. Very small error there, right? But, you know, with the coding that I got, we're good. How about a sandwich? It works. Check the code. Perfect. Excellent. Meal planner is good to go. The next one we're going to have after meal planner is... Oh, that's it for that. Actually, meal planner is done. We're not in 5.4 anymore. Guys, we are almost done. The last video took us over an hour. This one's taking us way less time. These are just turning out to be a little bit simpler than Unit 4. Okay, so we did those. Second, did we do All-Star? It says we didn't do All-Star. Oh, we did. We skipped All-Star. We have to go back. Yep. We skipped All-Star. Okay, so let's I can't believe we did that. We're gonna be a little bit out of order here. We'll have to somehow show that in the video. Okay, what's going on with All-Star? Well, we're in comparison operators, by the way. Write a program that gets 3 variables from the user: their points per game, their rebounds per game, and assists per game. Okay, I'm gonna make this super simple to type. First we got points per game variable. We got rebounds per game, and we got the variable assists per game. Boom, boom. Oh, my bad. And boom. Okay, so we got those, and these are going to be integers because those are actual numbers. Read int. What is your PPG? Who knows that off the top of their head? Let's copy this and paste it to the other ones, but we do have to change it up just a bit because that one's RPG, rebounds per game. That one's assist per game. Cool. We need to figure out if the user is an all-star, if they got at least 25 points per game, or they got at least 10 points and 10 rebounds. Okay, so this is going to be quite the variable operator. So variable all, oh god, that's raw. All-star equals. Okay, so first this is an or statement, right? So if points per game is greater than or equal to 25, right? Because that's what they said. Or, let's see, they got at least 10 points. Points per game is greater than or equal to, what did they say? 10. And 10 rebounds and 10 assists. So rebounds per game is, let's just do this. Let's copy this. Everything's 10, right? Rebounds per game. Logical operator in there in between it, right? So if rebounds is greater than or equal to, we have assist is greater than or equal to. However, this isn't complete yet, okay? I understand we don't have our semicolon there, but it's not complete. There's a reason for this, because right now we're saying this or, and then we have all this going on here, right? We have an and statement. So what we need to do, this is all one statement, that right? This is or, they got at least all of these, right? So all of these have to be true. Let's put all of that in parentheses because this quantity itself in its entirety has to be true in this or statement. So all this is true, or this also happened. So then we're going to print out something that says is an all-star or something like that. Are you an all-star? Are you an all-star? Close it off. Plus, oh, message. And I see an error. Well, not an error yet. Typo. Let's test our case. See if it all comes out right. And we're good. Excellent. Submit and continue. Cool. Let's go back. Let's make sure everything else is complete, because I think we should be in the 5.5 section next, which is going to be the meme generator at that point. Yes, all the exercises are complete up to this point. We're good to go. So let's do the 5.5.4, which is meme generator. Copy that. Let's change the text up in here. Here we go. All right. What is it asking us for? You need to have some text that will repeat on 50 random images to create memes for your Twitter account. Okay. Don't worry about having any images. Just get the text to repeat for a meme that you would like to create. That take a while to do, but luckily for you have loops. Okay, for using a for loop. Take one political science class, knows how to solve the world problems. We have to print this. Ah, funny, for these 50 times. Okay, so this is going to be a for statement, right? Okay, so let's just copy this, right? They give it to us, let's just copy and paste. For variable I equals 0, so from starting to 0 to 50. Let's iterate 1++, right? Repeat code. And what are we doing? I think we're just printing a line. All it says for all 50, print a line. Oh. I didn't want that. I don't want that. What we're supposed to print. This is what we're supposed to. Control C. Control V. Takes one political science class. Knows how to solve the world's problems. Is that what they want? Okay. That was all they wanted. 5.5.4, and that was it. We have 2 more left. Ooh, we have the worm, and it even shows you that it wants to output something. Run demo. To draw a worm is made up of a number of circles. Use a for loop to draw the worm. Okay, it's drawn across the whole canvas, even if the number of circles changed. Okay, so we have to draw the worm using a for loop. Have the variable number of circles, right? This is going to be a tough one. Okay, let's see. Let's think about this one for a second. It's centered vertically, so we have to do get height. Still drawn across. I wonder if we have to do get width as well. Because no matter what, we have to draw the number of circles. So let's just do that. Variable. It has to be centered vertically in the screen, so we need that value. So center screen equals, that's get height, but that'll give us the height of the whole canvas, right? Let's divide that by 2, and we'll get half of it. Let's see. How do we get... First off, let's write this for loop, because we're going to need something else. I know we're going to need something else, because we still don't know how to get the circles to draw across the entirety of the canvas, even if the number of circles is changed. Okay, so we're going to use a for loop here again. Right, so once again, if you forget your for loops, you can go to for loops. Stuff right here. So which one of these do we want to do? In our case, we should just use the first one, because we don't really have any code yet. Okay, variable I equals this is probably going to be number of circles here. Right, so we want, just copy and paste. We're going to do this. We're going to print the circle. Somehow we're going to print the circle. Okay, let's see. Boom. We're going to have to go back to what we've learned in the past, which is when we made a new circle, right? We did something like this, right? We used this right here. We set its position and we added it, right? This is previous units work. So we have to use our previous units work to help us out here. Okay, so let's create a new circle. Here, let's do this. Let's just copy this, right? And let's paste it in here because it's useful. Right, let's create a circle, right? Let's call this one ball. Who cares? Let's call it ball. It's going to have a radius. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. If we set the radius to a certain number, we're not guaranteed for the circles to fill the screen, right? Because the height of the canvas is staying the same. Oh, the width of the canvas, rather. So this circle needs a radius. Okay, what we need to do is we need to go back and we need to create a variable radius. Oh, we can't have that. Let's do this. For now, let's see. What's the radius going to? It's going to be equal to double the number of circles. So let's put some notes here. Right, so these are going to be some quick notes. I'm going to erase this. Notes. Let's say, so the height needs to be equal to the number of circles times their diameter. Or I'm sorry, I keep saying height, and I'm thinking width. The width of the canvas needs to be equal to and it needs to be even, right? Like if the number of circles is 15, whatever their diameter is, if I take 15 times their diameter, that should equal the width that we have here. Okay, so let's do. If we change this, right? So we're looking for diameter. Diameter is equal to radius times 2, actually. So let's. Okay, we actually have our formula, right? We are going to be equal to the radius. That means if we rearrange this, that's going to be equal to width divided by circles, right? Because that's where we're at, equals radius times 2. Right, that's where we're at. Okay. And then this quantity itself divided by 2, we're going to get rid of this 2. The width divided by the circle, the number of circles, divided by 2 equals our radius. That makes things way simpler if I just put it in get width divided by number of circles that quantity has to be divided by 2. That should close it off. Cool. So I'll just you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. This is the comment section. It's cool. Cool. Notes. I said that. Okay. So once again, just to kind of reiterate, the whole width of this thing should be equal to the number of circles times their diameter, right? So that gives you how many circles should fit. If given a diameter, it should be 12. If it's, let's say this is 10, and the whole width, if it's 200, there should be 20 circles to fix that, right? So I just took this equation, and I rearranged it to find the value for radius. So I took the number of circles, and I put it over here, right? I said width divided by circles. So it's being multiplied on the right. On the left, it's going to be divided by, right? So that's your order. That's your yin and yang of the equations, right? It's multiplied times 2 over here. It's multiplied times 2 over here. So when I flip it across the equal sign, it's now divided. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. Cool. So I got our radius. So let's set our position. We do not have the e.get because we don't have a function. We're not doing any type of movement with our mouse, anything like that. We have to set its position, however, to x and y, but we've already determined where we are going to set it. So once again, this is x comma y. We said its y is going to be at the center screen, right? And as for the x position, God, this is tough. This is tough. Where's the x position? Because we don't want to print them at the same spot. This spot right here needs to be a new spot every iteration. I'm gonna do that right here, actually. I'm gonna put a little note here. Right. Okay, so it first must be at okay, so let's just do this. Position 1 has to be at x value equal to the radius. Right? The center of the circle needs to be at the radius. That's instead of position 1. Yeah. So position 2 needs to be at the x value equal to radius plus radius plus radius. And then from there on out, we're gonna do the same thing. Actually. Right? So position 3 will be at radius plus radius. So as you see, every time, every iteration, we're going to add in 2 more radiuses. Interesting. Let's see. So this is at I equals 0. This one's going to be at I equals 1. Get I 2. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so what if we did plus I times something inside here? Right? Or, right, because at 0, if this is 0, this is going to get rid of it. So then all of this needs to be inside of parentheses. Everything else from here on out needs to be inside of parentheses. I. This is 2, 4. Next one will be 6, so 4, 6. How can we get this to be? Okay, wait a second. So if this is 1, it'll be radius plus radius. If this was 2, it'll be radius plus radius. So this actually will get rid of itself. Because at 1, this is true. At 2, I would actually have double of those. So radius. What if I could just do? Let's see if this works. If not, we'll try something else. Let's see if radius plus this will be I. Remember, this is commented out. These are our little notes here, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and click run. Oh no! What happened? What happened? What? It's not a. I know it. Oh, okay, okay. Did it work? I think it worked. Hey, it worked. What if we did number of circles is 10? Hey, I can't believe that worked on our first try. That's insane. Okay. Wow, just a little bit of math. Man, this has a lot of math in this one. So if you, oh God, I also forgot to change the text on the screen on this one. We are not doing the 5.5.4 meme generator. We are doing 5.5.5, which is the worm, which is, I can't believe it worked on our first time. You know, things, that's not how the coding world tends to work. So cool. I'm all about it. Oh God. Oh man. Okay. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to use the same code, except we're going to alternate where we draw our circles. And we're going to give them colors. Okay? So let's go. Let's go back to our, we just did get worms, right? This is get worms. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy our code and we're going to edit our code appropriately. Okay, so we just did this, right? We can get rid of this. We know what it does. We can get rid of this. We know how we got it, right? We've already got all that. We have to edit. There's 2 ways I'm thinking we can do this. I'm thinking we can do, oh shoot me. I was thinking we could do for I equals whatever. We could do 2 for loops. You do for this right here, right? And then change this for I equals, and then instead of I plus plus, we change it to, I plus, we change it to like, because this is doing I equals I plus 1, right? Every time, and it iterates one other step. I was thinking we could do I plus 2, where we go like 1, 3, 5, right? And we give the ball there, that color, and we just do 2 for loops, right? And add the balls there. Let's try it. It seems to be, for me, like, in my brain, like the easiest way to do this. So we'll do I plus 2 each time. We'll start at, this one starts at 0 and this one starts at 1. So these will be all the even numbers, and this will be all the odd numbers, right? And then let's set its color. I think the command was something about set color. The other thing was set color. Object dot set color. Object is ball. Let's do ball. Let's see, which one colors do we want? Red. Ball red. Set position. Ball red. Everything changed. The same object as all of these. Ball. Right, so that's ball red dot, and that was set color. Cert color. What are we doing again? Color dot. And by the way, I just saw that once again. That update over here. Color dot. Right here. Doesn't matter if it's lowercase, but okay. So then ball blue. Just do that. Copy. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna go the other direction, which is kind of like a mathematical way of kind of like, I think this should work. Let's see. Ball blue, ball blue, ball blue, ball blue. Oh no. Oh yeah, because I didn't set this one to blue. Haha! It didn't run up with an error though. Success. Success. Let's go, boys. Let's go. And girls. Let's go, peeps. Let's go, everybody. Oh, what? Oh, wait. Sorry. It still works. This just says should have 15. Whatever. Right? If we run the code, it totally works. Cool. Once again, I just took the same code from the worm, where the worm we just printed out across it, right? And then I copy and pasted it twice, right? The for function. So this for prints out from I of 0, so that's this one right here, right? Every 2, 1, 2, print red, 1, 2, print red, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this one starts at 1, not 0. This is 0 right here, right? This one's 1 over here, right? By the way, we're not in the worm, we are in the caterpillar. Fix that on this. So for this one right here, it starts at 1, then it alternates every 2. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13. All right, and it works. We hit submit and continue. And we, ladies and gentlemen, are done with 5.1 through 5.5, their exercises. I hope this was valuable to you guys. Hope you guys are staying safe. I also hope you guys are hitting that subscribe button for me, because this is important to me. I like making these videos, and I just generally enjoy helping you all out. Next time, we will do 5.6 through 5.10. Stay safe.